This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Nichelle Medina. A second round of No Kings rallies protesting against the Trump administration is planned for today. 16 protests are planned across the county from downtown to Borrego Springs. San Diego police say they'll be present and visible at the demonstrations, but they do expect protests to remain peaceful. Meantime, the CHP has announced that portions of Interstate 5 will close today. This is due to the 250th anniversary celebration of the Marine Corps happening on base. Vice President J.D. Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth will be there. It was just announced this morning there will be live fire across the freeway during that celebration. The closure will reportedly start at noon and stretch from Harbor Drive to Basilone Road. It's unclear what time exactly the interstate will reopen, as CHP says the shutdown will last until the end of the event. Authorities are advising drivers to expect delays on the 5 and other state routes throughout Southern California before, during, and after the event. The Pacific Surfliner will also suspend service between San Diego and Orange County from noon to 3 p.m. due to the event. An update on a story we first brought you last week. The father of a U.S. Marine has been deported after being detained while trying to visit his pregnant daughter on Camp Pendleton. The family tells NBC7's Shelby Bremer they believe this could be a case of mistaken identity.
We were the first to break this story because I was standing inside this building right here, outside the ICE office, and I watched as agents led Steve Rios' parents away. I saw with my own 2 eyes his father was wearing a red shirt that said, "Proud Dad of a U.S. Marine." Since we broke that story, a lot has happened. First, his dad was deported, but this story has also gotten a ton of national attention, including from the Department of Homeland Security. We were able to make contact with Steve's dad in Mexico, and he says he thinks this is all a misunderstanding.
Esteban Rios says when he was detained, he asked to see an immigration judge, and the agent said no. He and his wife Luisa were with their son Steve, who's a Marine, trying to visit Camp Pendleton about 3 weeks ago to see their pregnant daughter, who's married to a Marine. They were detained at the gate, but later released on ankle monitors and told to check in with ICE, where they were detained again, and Esteban was quickly deported.
Es triste, ¿no?
It's sad, he says from Tijuana. My son is giving his life for the country he loves, and they won't give me the opportunity to stay. When we asked ICE last week why the couple was detained, they gave us a generic answer, saying simply the agency makes arrests. But after a national outcry, the Department of Homeland Security alleged on social media that Esteban was charged in 2020 with domestic violence and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. For our first story, and again now, we searched his name in San Diego County court records. No criminal charges found. Another database we use pulls from all over the country. Nothing there either. But the family now tells us they've learned a previously estranged older son named Esteban, with a V, faced those charges, not his father. Esteban concedes he has been deported before, but he now has a work permit and pending application for legal status.
Porque su sueño de ella es ver nacer a su nieto, a nuestro nieto.
What he cares about now most, he says, is that his wife gets to be there for the birth of their daughter's first baby.
The family says Luisa is being held at the Otay Mesa Detention Center, and I just spoke with the older son Esteban, who told me those charges are his. He said when he saw what the Department of Homeland Security posted online, it really upset him because he said his dad has always been a great role model. He added, DHS is a government agency. They should know better. From downtown, Shelby Bremer, NBC7.
The city of San Diego's rollout of garbage bins has left some San Diegans without a container, even though they paid for a new one. The city's Environmental Services Department says that they are now working to correct the mistakes. During the rollout, city crews are supposed to pick up the old black trash cans and replace them with the gray ones, but there's been a glitch in the system.
We know this is a big change, and we are here to help. We have a call center available early morning, Monday through Friday. We also have an email address, trash@sandiego.gov. We've put together a number of frequently asked questions, and we're doing what we can to get the word out.
The City Waste Management Department hopes to get the new garbage cans delivered by next week's pickup day. Other neighborhoods will see their containers replaced through the end of the year. The 5-day strike of Kaiser Permanente nurses and healthcare workers has come to an end. It began after thousands of employees along the West Coast walked off the job Tuesday. Workers say Kaiser executives have refused to settle a fair contract, but a Kaiser spokesperson says union-represented employees already earned 16% more on average than peers elsewhere. The strike officially ended at 7 this morning. San Diego State and Southwestern College have joined forces to help students make it through a sometimes challenging system. There are about 2,000 psychology students at Southwestern. They have to travel from one campus to another for classes, which can be taxing, especially for students with a family or job. This partnership means students don't have to commute back and forth. Instead, they can keep their classes at Southwestern all 4 years.
I'm not the most emotional person, but I kind of want to cry a little bit because I'm so happy about it. You don't know what that means for our students.
Well, the first blended psychology class enrolls next fall. NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your forecast right after this.
You count on deeper investigations.
Why didn't you just let her go?
I'm trying to keep our family together.
You count on getting a response. You count on a committed team looking out for you.
A lot of our small business vendors tell me that you owe them quite a bit of money.
In 2 languages.
¿Por qué piensa que ellos no hacen más?
You count on results.
And they said, you have your money back.
And getting answers.
Do you still feel let down?
It's a slap in the face.
This is NBC 7 and Telemundo 20 investigates and responds. Only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
Here's what you need to know as we get into the next couple of days. So for today, we will have warmer temperatures, some afternoon cloud cover, and for tomorrow, more of the same. It actually could be a couple of degrees warmer. Looking ahead to your Tuesday through Thursday, low pressure is going to move in, so that means some cooler temperatures and cloudy skies for us locally. Here's a look at that first Alert 7 Doppler. You can see those clear skies really across the entire county for this morning. And those temperatures outside over the mountain communities, a good mix of 40s and 50s, chilly start there. And we have mid to upper 50s for the inland valleys, 50s and 60s for the coast. So definitely dress in some layers because by this afternoon, again, warmer daytime highs on tap. Here's a look at Mission Beach. If you're heading that way, we're close to those mid 70s going into your afternoon. Low rip current risk, wave heights from 1 to 3 feet. Water temperature from the low 60s, so starting to be pretty chilly there too. El Cajon from the low 50s this morning with those clear skies heading into the afternoon, right around those mid 80s. And many of our inland valleys will be trending close to temperatures just like that. So here's a look at your area forecast, taking you back to the coastline quickly. Oceanside, Encinitas, La Jolla, all right around those mid 70s, closer to 80 actually for downtown. And for La Mesa, Poway, Escondido, 85 degrees, 86 for Ramona. We're right around those 60s and 70s today for your mountain communities. A little bit of an afternoon breeze picking up there too. 86 for Borrego Springs. So this low pressure system, we're looking ahead to Tuesday, I just mentioned. Cooler temperatures, cloudier skies. That's what we can expect as we get into about midweek. Wednesday looks to actually be the coolest day of the week. And here's that 10-day showing that. For the coastline, that means some low 70s back in our forecast, but that also goes for your inland valley communities. Again, by Wednesday, we'll cool down and then those temperatures just gradually warm up a little bit before we start to cool down again heading into the end of next weekend. But take a look at the mountain communities. We'll spend some time in the 60s this week and we'll be back to those low 80s for the desert region. Nichelle?
A bit of a roller coaster. All right, Brooke, thank you. Petco Park looks a little different this time of year. Today, there's no more baseball diamond because the links at Petco Park, it's back. The link turns Petco Park into a full 9-hole golf course. The experience allows golfers to hit from various spots around the park, including at home plate. Organizers from the Padres say the theme for this year's course is Halloween inspired, and golfers get a few perks for playing too.
You get a hat. So the Lynx hat, we change it every year and it's really become a collectible, which is so fun. This year's hat is black and it's really special. And then you don't need to bring anything. That's what's so cool because you get to play with Callaway's clubs, their best equipment, the newest and greatest, and that is all included in your tee time.
So tickets cost $150 a person. The Padres are also selling spectator tickets for $25. The Lynx takes place at Petco Park today and tomorrow. There's more coverage you count on at NBC7.com. You can always find us on your Roku or Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks for watching. I'm Nichelle Medina.